Hey guys, what's up? It's Exact Chase from Slow Achievements, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to review a game. I know I've done one or two in the past, but usually like 2 weeks, maybe a month after the game's release. This time I'm doing it the day after the game's release. By the time this comes out, it might have been a couple of days since it came out, but that doesn't really matter, does it? The game, by the way, is Spider-Man for the PS4. I bought the console just for the game, and I'm mostly disappointed with basically everything Sony has done. Uncharted's pretty good, though. Everything else has been kind of meh, but that's just my opinion. Having owned a PlayStation for a full year and having found Jack and shit to play on it, and Jack just left town, the game I purchased it for finally came out. Spider-Man! I'm a huge Marvel fan, and once upon a time I was a huge Spider-Man fan. Not to mention the fact that around the time I bought the PlayStation, Spider-Man Homecoming had just come out. I was kind of expecting this to be another bout of Sony's bullshit. They release a game, people who didn't give two shits about the game before its release love it for being unique. But it's not quite what those who pre-ordered it wanted, expected, or even consider a good game. It's not just Sony that does this, but their console is the main offender. As a hardcore Xbox gamer, it should come as no surprise that I loathe the PlayStation. Not just because it's Xbox's competitor, but because its community can be pretentious at times. Not like Xbox isn't, but still. The controller is uncomfortable, the exclusives lack any and all co-op and multiplayer support, and they're all awful as well. And while Spider-Man doesn't fix the countless issues with the PlayStation, it certainly makes the console worth buying. It's such a fun game. The web swinging is awesome. The combat makes me feel like a fucking badass. The story is pretty good so far, and nothing feels out of place. Every collectible has a place in the story and is introduced one by one instead of all at once. Each collectible gives you the idea that you're actually working towards something. The backpacks are kind of like Spider-Man just cleaning up after himself, so I mean, that doesn't 100% fit, but it's not out of place. There's a collectible thing where you have to take pictures of the landmarks, like the Wakandan Embassy, Rand Enterprises, Dr. Strange's place, etc. Spidey says that has to do with like mapping the city out or some shit. He gave a reason, but I don't exactly remember at this point in time. There's other stuff too that actually makes sense. I will warn, however, that there are quote-unquote towers that you have to climb and hack to reveal more of the map. He says that it helps him triangulate the location of the collectibles, but that's bullshit. They're fucking towers. For someone who's lived in New York all of his life, Peter should know the city. I would understand if it had just the icons, but everything is clouded until you access those towers. More complaints of mine, the fucking stealth shit where you have to play as MJ is just so goddamn boring. You can't defend yourself, so you're just kind of hiding in the shadows, walking around until you trigger a cutscene. I fucking hate it. That's my only real complaints so far. I'll do a story review once I finish the game, and we'll see if any more complaints come up. Back to the positives. Combat is so easy to string together. Makes me feel awesome. I can dodge a guy, hit him in the air, hit him until he's unconscious, and then web his friend to the wall, throw a barrel at someone else, and then pull a shelf down on people. All in like the span of like 15 seconds. There's a nice selection of skins and suits as well, each suit coming with its own ability that you can equip with or without that suit equipped. Personally, I don't like changing my skin in a game until I beat it, so it's nice to be able to use the other suit's abilities without having to change my skin. There's also like a whole crafting system in place based off side quests and collectibles. Like, you have to have taken X many pictures of landmarks and prevented X many crimes before you can have a new suit or upgrade your suit or upgrade your web shooters for that matter. Spider-Man has a ton of new gadgets this time as well. I will add, however, you have to be a certain level before you can craft certain suits, but that makes sense, I guess. Otherwise the levels would mean jack shit. The backpacks are really cool because it kind of fills in the lore for this specific Marvel universe. We get to see bits and pieces from almost all the Defenders and a few other Marvel characters. If there are any deep cuts in the lore here, I wouldn't really know. I'd say that's all there really is to the overall game, excluding plot at least. So overall, I'd give this game a 9 out of 10. It only lost a point for the towers and the fucking MJ stealth bullshit. I'll review the plot in part 2. Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Link in the description to part 2. But who knows when that's coming out. Bye.